I'm Nit Saramillo, wife of Mike Jaramillo, Continent Coordinator for Europe. Last year, from August 29 to September 2, 2024, we had the privilege to have our MFC European Conference at the Sanctuary of Our Lady of Lourdes in France. Instead of the usual 3 days that we allot for our European conferences, this time we added an extra day so we could participate in the sanctuary's activities like Holy Mass at the Basilica of the Immaculate Conception, which is the upper basilica, the Rosary Basilica, which is the lower basilica, and the underground Basilica of St. Pius X. We had the Holy Rosary at the Lourdes Grotto. We drank the Lourdes water. We lit candles, Stations of the Cross, and go for the Sacrament of Reconciliation. We had a Eucharistic procession in the afternoon, candlelight procession in the evening, and one may also visit Bernadette's home located near the sanctuary. It was indeed a pilgrimage. At the Sanctuary of Our Lady of Lourdes, Mary consoles those who come to entrust their lives to her, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Let me give you a brief story of the Lourdes apparitions. In 1858, Our Lady appeared 18 times to a 14-year-old girl, Bernadette Soubirous. On the day of the 16th apparition, 25 March 1858, Bernadette asked the lady her name. The lady replied in the local dialect, "Que soy era Inmaculada Concepción," which means, "I am the Immaculate Conception." The dogma of Immaculate Conception was promulgated by Pope Pius IX on 8 December 1854, 4 years before the apparitions of Lourdes. Today, December 8, is the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, a mystery that reminds us of God's extraordinary love and mercy. We celebrate Mary's unique privilege of being conceived without original sin. It highlights God's preparation of Mary as the spotless mother of Jesus, ensuring that the Savior would come into the world through a pure vessel. It is not about Jesus' conception, but about Mary's own beginning, free from sin. The angel's greeting to Mary, "Hail, full of grace," reveals her immaculate heart, untouched by sin and fully open to God's will. Her purity shows that salvation is entirely God's initiative, not human achievement. Her yes to God at the Annunciation flows naturally from her immaculate state. She models perfect trust and surrender to God's will. Lessons for us. Number 1, hope in grace. Just as Mary was preserved by grace, we too are sustained by God's mercy through baptism and the sacraments. Number 2, call to holiness. Mary's sinlessness inspires us to strive for purity of heart, resist sin, and live faithfully. Third, imitating Mary's humility. She did not boast of her privilege, but lived in quiet service. Her humility is a path for us to follow. Fourth, intercession of Mary. We can turn to her as a mother who prays for us, guiding us closer to Christ. As we honor Mary today, let us ask her to help us say yes to God in the small and ordinary moments of our lives. May her Immaculate Heart inspire us to live with purity, humility, and courage, so that they see Christ in us and through us to the world.